Greetings, everyone. To all the teachers, parents, after-school specialists, counselors, district administrators, and community leaders, I want to start by saying congratulations for not only making it through this program, but also through this last year. It would be an understatement to call the 2020 year a not-so-great one. We lost people, we lost jobs, and many of us had trouble not losing our minds this year. But you did not, so you deserve congratulations for that especially. Yes, COVID made last year a terrible one for a lot of us. Yet through all the turmoil, what I seemed to find uncanniest was how it also presented to us an opportunity unlike any other to break free of what is considered normal. For the first time in quite a while, we had the right to ask, what is normal? Many of us were afraid to ask this question. Even fewer of us dared to inquire why is normal. Instead, we all could not wait to get back to the hustle and bustle of life where we could remain distracted from real issues. And herein lies my greatest problem with 2020 and all who have endured it. You see, we have become part of a society that values the dollar over health and ultimately education. Thus, the last 12 months have posed an important quandary to us indeed. Prioritization of what is profitable versus what is virtuous. To elaborate on what I mean, perhaps more now than ever, it is us, teachers and facilitators of education, who are considered the last of the noble professions. What audacity we possess to still believe this in a time where productivity and consumerism were put on hold for the better half of a year. Yet, before clamoring for the unbinding of a generation a la Moses, when demanding Pharaoh let his people go, we chose to name God and government as our true captors. In risking sickness and health alike, we have decided that eating Chick-fil-A and reopening Disney World were more palatable ideas than being hits to our homes, our families, and our now paper-thin scruples. Now, I'm partial to a good chicken sandwich myself, and I do love me some WandaVision. And right about now, you might be asking yourself, well, Myron, what are you really talking about then? The decadent nature of our society that I'm referring to is this, simply. In a land built on the backs of servants and slaves, tailored by activists and actors, and sustained by community and commerce, it is evident today above all others that it is money which makes us feel free and no longer education. School and higher learning used to be a means to raise the bar for our nation, a means not just to qualify for another's dream job, but to have courage enough to create opportunities towards our own vocations. It possessed power to transform the slave into the master of their own domains. It could turn the script reader into one who acts with purpose. And it made the trading of goods a special ritual, which meant to bring us closer to one another. Somewhere along the lines, we have gotten lazy, ambitionless, distracted, and worst of all, complacent. And if you have all had the opportunity to teach remotely, you know exactly what I mean. How desperate we have all been to return to normalcy without understanding what normalcy really is and why it was necessary for us to join this noble field in the first place. How we have longed for moments to escape the classroom and concurrently get back to work, to kick our feet up and say, I made a difference today. And at the same time, oh, I'm so ready for the weekend. I can tell you confidently that while COVID may have been the catalyst in unveiling the consciousness of our captivity, it certainly was not the conceiver. Friends, we have been without class for a very long time, particularly when we decided to price our standards lower than the almighty dollar. Surely, you needed not experience a global pandemic to admit that, right? Graduates, I pray this generation of teachers be able to discern the real pandemic from the propaganda. And that is one of the willful ignorance which has consumed this country and truly prevented us from learning in this past year. I hope that this sheet of paper inspires your continued scholarship just as much as this paper has provoked your pursuit of thoughtlessness. And most importantly, I implore you that this day be one where we can all agree to recall, remember, and revisit the true purpose of education. To enlighten the ignorant, unshackle the confined, and grow abundantly rich in wisdom. For only when we choose to treat our schooling not as a mere means to an end, but to educate for education's sake, may we achieve the boundless dreams not even money can afford. Thank you.